Okay, today I'm going to be making some green beans. This is going to be a large pot. It's going to serve about 20 to 25 people. And basically our ingredients are going to be 8 cans of, I'm just using cut green beans, half of onion, a stick of margarine, a tablespoon of sugar. I'll also be using a tablespoon of liquid smoke, a half teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and a package of Farmland fully cooked cubed ham. And then we're going to use seasoning salt, very little of that, and then black pepper. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is a dish that I'm preparing for a funeral, so it'll be about 25 servings, or about 20 to 25, if not more, depending on how much they dish out. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, basically what we're going to do is go ahead, we're going to put a stick of margarine, or you can use butter, in this is like a Dutch oven pot. We're going to let that melt down and get nice and hot, and we're going to saute our onion in there. I'm cutting up the onion now. You can chop it up, or you can mince it if you want. I'm going to do mine chopped though. Then we're going to saute it in there and just add the green beans, and then we'll season it. Okay, so basically, we're going to put our onions in there, and I'm going to also add my about a tablespoon of liquid smoke. It's about a tablespoon, and then we're going to do about a half teaspoon of our Worcestershire sauce. And the reason I'm putting that in there now is because it'll get through those onions, which are going to pop off and flavor the green beans. So we're going to put that in there like so. Turn the heat up a little bit. And then we'll be adding our green beans and seasoning, followed by the ham. That will be last, because the ham is pre-cooked and we don't want that to get too overdone, because it'll be kind of hard. And now you can use smoked ham hocks in this, neck bones, any type of smoked meat. Smoked turkey is good in there also. So, or you can just, and then our sugar we got to put in there. But any type of meat will work in these green beans. The smoked meat product does set the green beans off a lot. And the key to cooking these, even though they're pre-cooked canned beans, the key to getting the flavor through the beans is to simmer them on about a medium to medium low, somewhere in there, for about an hour to an hour and a half, because we want the greens to get a light color, and that's the key, that the flavoring is through them. Okay, so what we're going to do is add our green beans. You do want to add the juice in there with them. Just going to pour all these babies in there, and a lot of that juice will simmer out, so as I put them in there, I like to stir them up a little bit to kind of get everything going through. And we got 5 cans left. And this can be, actually, this can be cooked as a one-dish meal if you add enough meat in there. And you can also add more onions. You can put carrots in these also, like a green beans with carrots. Potatoes go good in here, and it can be an actual dish. So one dish meal. Okay, turn it up a little bit. Go ahead and get them babies stirred up. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is add that tablespoon of sugar. And that sugar sweetens them. The liquor that the juice will make will be seasoned. It'll have a little bit of a sweet, not too much, but add our seasoning salt. Add our black pepper. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stir this up. And we're going to get something a little better than a spatula to stir that up right there. Get one of my, there we go, get a longer spoon there. Just kind of fold everything, and you got the margarine your green or bean juice, and then it's seasoned. Now this is a dish that you may want to taste about 30 minutes after it simmers. And again, like I say, you can bring this to about a medium, between a medium and a medium low, because you want it to be a light simmer, not, you know, not a boil, because the juice will cook out. So we'll taste this to see. That tastes just right. Keep in mind, if it tastes just right, you don't want to add any more seasoning, because when we put the ham in there, it's going to give it a little bit more salt. So that's why I say this is just right. I'm going to go with a little bit more pepper to offset some of that sweetness from our white sugar. And you don't have to put sugar in them if you don't want. But this is generally the way I like to make them. So we'll go ahead and, like I say, let these simmer. And do mine on medium. And we'll come back and check on these in about 30 minutes. Give them a nice taste test to see where our seasonings are. That's the time if you want to add seasoning at that time if you want to. You don't want to taste the juice right at the beginning and say, oh, this doesn't taste right, unless that's the type of cook you are. But usually I give it about 30 minutes, because then the juices and the liquid smoke and Worcestershire and the seasonings have pretty much come together. We'll go ahead and put a lid on that, let it go for about 30 minutes, and come back and check on it. Okay, now we have our green beans. We're at a lower simmer. And now we're going to add our ham. And these have been in there about 30 minutes. As you can see, the color, some of them are a little lighter. You can see that. And we want the lightness to peek out in those, because that will mean that the seasonings are through. And we're just going to put that ham in there. And since these are going to be prepared for an event, I went ahead and added my ham, but generally you would want to add your ham about the last 15 minutes of cooking these, since it's pre-cooked. Okay, so there we have it. I call these sweet and smoky green beans with ham in there. So there you have it. And I'm going to taste a little bit of this. And I know it's good, but I want to just double check. Just right. With that ham, you get juice in there also from the ham, so that's seasoned just right. So it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to cook them. Again, this will serve about 20 to 25 if they're about half cup servings in a buffet line, so which that should be what they serve. So all right, there you have it.